Hello, hello. Looks like Alibaba is doing better and better, and I see it in my investment as well. I'm actually up almost 20% since I bought Alibaba, and I made a video about it when I bought the stock. It was about like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm adding the link to the video on this one, so you can click and watch it whenever you want, maybe after you finish this one. And the performance of the stock has been skyrocketing these past few days, again gaining about 20% from its previous lows. And I was kind of lucky to grab it at a very, very high, very, very nice price over here. I actually bought it at around 118, I believe. So this was almost stellar over here. So I wanted to make this video just to explain why this is happening and is there a potential trend reversal here? There's something that I wanted to point out that has to do with trading, because this is a stock that you would expect a lot of traders to come in because there's a lot of action and a lot of trending sentiment, and that matters a lot to investors. Now, obviously, this is a share in a stock company that actually has a lot of outstanding shares, so that makes it not a very volatile stock. However, the fact that there's so much volume and so many traders around makes for some potentially nice moves during the day, as right now it's like 3% up, which again, it's tougher for this kind of heavy float, heavy shares outstanding companies to have big price movements, big stock price movements, and this seems to be happening. So it's a good potential entry for investors, not for investors, for traders. So I wanted to examine the monthly one, the monthly chart here, the last month, and the 3-month chart as well. So you will see here that the stock has been on a downtrend a little bit, and then it suddenly started creeping up a little bit, again on a little bit of an increasing volume here. And in the 3-month you can actually see it even better, because you will see the steep drop here and lower lows, lower highs, sorry. So these are highs here. This is a high, like this is a high, this is a high, this is a high, but these are lower highs. So a high here, a high here, a high here, for instance, and a high here. So these are lower highs, so they keep trending lower. However, lately you will see that the chart seems to be adding some higher highs. So this is a high here. This is a little bit higher. Now this is higher, even higher than the previous one. So these are higher highs, and so this one also about to make another higher high. And so when this happens, this generally speaking in the world of trading tends to signal a potential reversal action. And so you may see a lot of traders coming in and now playing the stock on the upper side and betting on the stock moving upwards instead of downwards, because this is what traders do. They take a look at the trends and what's happening. Follow the trend is what the traders say, and they have a good reason for that. The trend is your friend is another thing that traders tend to say, and they're very, very right about it. So as an investor, you do definitely care about these price movements, yes, but the most important thing is the long term, looking at the company in the long term. So holding the company in the long term and how well it's gonna do in the long term. And so the reason why the company and the stock price seems to be doing better has a lot to do, for sure, with Charlie Munger's later acquisition, in which he actually doubled his ownership of Alibaba. He used to have 300,000 shares after adding to that as well. I think he added like 40% before that. And then he actually added 100%. He doubled his stake. And he took it from 300,000 to a little bit more than 600,000 actually. So now he has that. And pretty nice percentage of Alibaba. And right now his holdings have a lot of Alibaba in them. So he's very, very deep into Alibaba, and I can understand that. It's probably for a very good reason, because Alibaba seems to be doing better and better this past few weeks. And at some point there will be a low, because the company has amazing financials, is making boatloads of money, and so they are poised for a reversal at some point, maybe not necessarily now. And I wouldn't be surprised if the stock price goes down again, especially if there is a market reversal, an overall market reversal. But still, I mean, for the long run, I have analyzed the financials, and I think that it's a great idea to hold Alibaba, for myself at least. And the other thing that seems to have happened
apart from some buying from Charlie Munger, which is very important, is there has been a downgrade actually, which is interesting, and I wanted to examine that by looking at the corresponding article. Now, this one is an article on Motley Fool, and discusses why Alibaba stock keeps going up. And again, it's most important thing is definitely what I mentioned, the fact that Charlie Munger bought a lot of stock and started the rally that has ended up adding a total of about 20% right now, because it was up before that happened, about 5 to 6%. And so right now there was also, this morning, as you can see, there was an investment banker, Barclays Capital, announced it has cut its price target on Alibaba. So there was a price cut, which generally speaking is not a positive thing. However, the new price target is for 247 and the current price is 135. And so this is much lower than what Barclays suggests here. And even if that's generally speaking a price cut would sound negative, in this case I'd see it as a very positive thing, and it looks like investors take the same stance. Just because it makes sense. I mean, this is much lower than the intended, the expected price target here. It's like 50% lower almost. And so you can't really see that as a negative, but actually Barclays seems to be thinking that Alibaba is actually underpriced right now and it's undervalued. And so I definitely see that as a potentially nice thing, good thing for the stock. And you can see what the article says it's here as well, that they are still convinced the stock is worth far more than the 137 a share that Alibaba currently costs. And I totally agree. And I agree not just because, but I agree because I have seen in the financials, the cash flow that the company generates is awesome. And their revenue, everything is awesome. Their growth is pretty nice. I just don't see why the company's stock price is that low right now, and this is why I bought it. And I need to buy when there's blood on the streets, right? When things are going bad for a company, and the company is doing well. This is when I buy. This is when I like to buy, and these tend to be the best trades, really. When things are bad, this is when you buy. You buy good things when things are bad, if that makes sense. You buy good companies when things are, generally speaking, bad, or there is some bad reaction, bad publicity, something of that sort. This is when you buy, and when there's a drop of that sort. So yeah, this is why I wanted to make the video. This had to do a lot with traders coming in and the price cut, and just discussing the overall reaction and how the price is reacting and acting compared to what is happening in the markets right now, and what kind of price cuts happen that could potentially affect the stock price as well. And I think this is some interesting news to at least take a look at and be aware for future potential trading, even on Alibaba, or even adding more to your position if you already hold, or initiating a new one on Alibaba. I myself am actually thinking of even buying more here. I will have to think about it, because there are some other interesting stocks that are looking really nice right now, so I may examine them in later videos. But for now, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. You may want to remember to go back to the links that I added earlier, because you can take a look at the other videos where I was discussing Charlie Munger's acquisition, and the one that I was talking about Alibaba's financials and why I bought it and all that. May be useful and interesting to you to learn more about the backstory of that, so that you can make your own decisions. And thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.